Healthy, fit, strong, happy, energetic, be able to perform at your best, love what you see in the mirror. Aren't they all the things that we want from our eating and exercise plan? Or I'll rephrase, isn't that how we want to live our life? So what do we need to do to make sure that we have a stack of energy, perform at our best, love what we see in the mirror, love the way our body feels to touch, and we're getting the results that we want so that we can do all the things that we want to do from the way we live our life? And there's lots of ways to do that, obviously. As an exercise professional, I have been all of my life. A lot of people ask me, what do I need to do? What are the 5 things, 10 things, 2 things? If you had to give me one thing, what would it be to make sure that I have a stack of energy, perform at my best, love what I see in the mirror, and I get the results that I want from my eating and exercise plan? And there's lots of different things you can do, and you only have to go to social media or any platform whatsoever on social media, or ask any social media influencer, and you'll get hundreds, if not thousands, of different responses that are often contradicting. But what seems to be happening of late, and because I've been doing this for such a long time, because when I started as an exercise professional, there was no internet, let alone social media. There was magazines and books and television. That was all. That was it. And there's been pills and powders and potions and programs and all sorts of fads and fashions that have come and gone for the 40 plus years that I've been an exercise professional. And it's been interesting to see that some of those have come back now. And on social media, there's always information about take this pill, take this supplement, do this particular program or this particular exercise. Because I'm an old lady and I've been around a really long time, I always question all of those things because they've come and gone. So some things, and I always ask this question, if this thing was available in the 80s or the 90s, which is when I started in the exercise profession, and now in the 2000s and 2025s and beyond, if it worked back then, how come it left, it started. If everybody did it, it would have worked, and then we wouldn't have the fattest, sickest, weakest, most depressed, most diseased society we've ever had. So there's 2 questions to ask there. Is it that people don't use the products that are available or don't do the things that are available, and that's why we're fat, sick, weak and diseased? Or is it that those things don't work and we've forgot the fundamentals, we've forgotten the basics? Which is why I always go back to the fundamentals and basics, which is anatomy and physiology. What's the body made of and how does it work? Now, I don't like to compare humans to cars because obviously the human body is an amazing machine. But if you have a look at a Formula One car, for example, there's probably 2 bits that are really important. You really need a fast engine, you really need great fuel, obviously, and you need a great driver. So there's 3 things there. The stickers on the car, the way it's painted, the gorgeous clothes that the driver wears, the boots that they wear, the helmet that they wear, they all add to the success of the Formula One car. But ultimately, you've got to have good engine, good fuel and good driver. So what are the fundamentals and basics of being a healthy, fit, strong human being? And surely there's only 2 things there. You've got to be fit and you've got to be strong. Because if you're fit and strong, you're more likely to be healthy. Everything else that we are bombarded with every single day on social media, the world is full of pills, powders, potions. You've got to take this, you've got to eat that, you've got to do this program, you've got to train this way. But the fundamentals are really simple. Get fit and get strong. If you're fit and strong, then everything else works better, including your brain. So your decisions about what you eat are going to be better because you've got a strong, fit, healthy brain. So how do you get fit? You get puffed. How do you get strong? You overload your muscles and bones. The only overlying component to both of those is do it safely so you don't get hurt. And that's the thing that always perplexes me about the information I see on social media, because a lot of programs are designed to hurt you. And I'm sure that the person who's giving it to you doesn't want to hurt you. But if you saw those same exercises in a warehouse or a factory or on a work site or on a construction site, you would get sued if you gave people those movement patterns to do because they're dangerous for the human body. But you see them on the internet, you see them in a gym, you see them in a personal training studio, people doing the same exercises that you would get sued for if you did that same movement pattern on a construction site, for example. So it has to be safe. But how do you know that it's safe? You cannot trust a social media influencer. You cannot trust exercise physiologists or personal trainers or gym owners. And you know that because they all tell you different stuff. and some of it might be good, and some of the people might be great, and some of the information might be awesome. But how would you know? How do you know if somebody's feeding you BS versus somebody's feeding you the truth? And of course, the only way to know that is to study your own human body for yourself. What's my body made of, and how does it work, which is anatomy and physiology. Then when you go to social media, you can understand for yourself, you can study for yourself, analyze for yourself, research for yourself. Is this a good program? Is this a safe exercise? Will this supplement work? And that's a big thing for me right now, because I'm constantly bombarded with people asking me, should I take this supplement? Should I try this powder? Should I eat this multivitamin? Should I pills, powders and stuff in a bottle, stuff in it now in lollies? You can buy very expensive bags of lollies, $60, $70, $80 for a little bag of lollies, because it's supposedly got X number of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, some kind of supplementation that's going to help you train better. But here's my great question. Rather than stick the sticker on the Formula One car and hope that it drives faster, rather than put a pretty helmet on the driver and hope that the driver drives better, how about get the engine sorted, get the fuel sorted? How about get fit and strong? And if you're fit and strong, will you make better decisions about your food? So here's my question. Before you start a pill, a powder, a program, an ice bath, a sauna, a supplementation program, some kind of weird exercise piece of equipment, are you as fit and strong as you could possibly be? And then analyse how you're doing. So how fit are you? And that's an easy way to measure. When you get really puffed at 100% effort, how long does it take you to recover? And what's your resting heart rate? And both of those will tell you how fit you are. If you've got a low resting heart rate, you're likely to be fit. If you get really puffed for 10 seconds in the phosphate system, how long does it take you to recover? And if you're fully recovered within 1 to 2 minutes, it's a really good indication that you're really fit. How strong are you? And there's all different measurements of strength, but how strong you is what do you need to be able to do? And if you can't do it, then you're not strong enough. If you are getting stronger, you'll know, because if you can lift 10 kilos, and next time you can lift 12, and next time you can lift 15, and next time you can lift 25, you know that you're getting stronger. A fit, strong body, muscles, bones, endocrine system, central nervous system, immune system, digestive system, skeletal and muscular system, everything's working together. That fit body, that strong body, then has a fit, strong brain, because they all work together. If you've got a fit, strong brain, and particularly the endocrine system, which starts in your brain, your hormonal system, the one that's designed to keep you alive, is it possible that that system that's designed to keep you alive will say, you need to eat this, and you'll feel that you need to eat it? And I'm sure you've heard yourself say that. I feel like I need to eat some vegetables, or I feel like I need to have some steak, or I feel like I need to drink some water. So your hormonal system will tell you you're hungry, you're thirsty, this is what you need to eat. You're tired, you need to go to sleep. You need to get up because there's stuff to do. You make better decisions when your endocrine system's working better. You don't eat emotionally because you're in control of your emotions, your hormones, not the other way around. And that all comes from being fit and strong. So before we put stickers on the car, before we paint the car pretty, before we do the little things that might make a tiny difference, are you as fit as you can possibly be? And are you as strong as you can possibly be? Which is the only question that I ever ask people. Rowie, should I take this supplement? Rowie, should I take this pill? Rowie, should I do this program? Rowie, should I have a sauna? Rowie, should I have an ice bath? How about how fit are you? How strong are you? And then when you're fit and strong, is it possible that you'll make better decisions? And then the third part of that is learn how your human body works. Learn what's your body made of, learn how it works. And I'll use the Formula One example again. The best Formula One drivers in the world are the ones who know how the car works. They know what kind of fuel to put in the car. They understand how that car can go faster so they can actually tell the mechanics, because they're the ones driving the car. That's what I always find really fascinating. People go to an expert, please tell me how to get fit and strong. But that expert doesn't live inside your body. That expert doesn't know what food you like and what you don't like. That expert doesn't know your lifestyle, your sleep patterns, your stress levels, the kind of work that you do. And most experts don't even ask. Wouldn't that be nice if your expert said, what's your lifestyle, what's your stress levels, what food do you like, what food don't you like, what exercise do you like to do, what exercise don't you like to do? Most of the experts don't ask those questions. They just give you an eating plan, they give you an exercise plan, and then say, give me some money. I think that we deserve better than that. And I don't think that you need pills, powders and potions before you get fit and strong. Now, if you're really fit and really strong and you think that some kind of pill, powder or potion will help you get fitter and stronger, well, of course, go for it. But how about we start with the fundamentals and the basics? Let's get the engine sorted. Let's get the driver sorted. Let's get the headspace sorted. And let's live our life to the max as a healthy, fit, strong human being. Could that be a really good idea? Live your life to the max. Woohoo!